Hi, I'm Josh, welcome to a new video, and today I'll be sharing with you my thoughts on this year's Super Bowl halftime show, which I was super excited for since the moment it was announced. Cause I've been a big hip hop fan for a big part of my life now, and some of these artists are some of the biggest reasons why I love this genre so much. Kendrick Lamar and Eminem are easily my favorite rappers ever, so I was dying to see them together in stage. Though I wanna say, I'm still mad at the LA Rams for kicking the ass of my dear Cardinals. I really thought this was going to be the year I'd get to see them in a Super Bowl, but they absolutely trashed the dream for me. Still, congratulations guys. Okay, halftime show. Let's talk about the visuals. Cause they play a major part in every halftime show, and especially in this one, I think they were determinant in the way it ended up being. The stage, let's say, was a little representation of a quite conventional LA town, especially a Compton one, with a barber shop, a hamburger restaurant, what I think is a music venue, a music studio, a house, and the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. And the floor was a picture from the sky of the streets of Compton. And while I like that idea, I think it could have been done better, cause it's missing a lot of visual interest. Sometimes it feels quite empty, especially when they're performing in the roofs. I wanna think that's because there was still daylight, and because of that the visual effects couldn't be that flashy, which is not an excuse cause Michael Jackson's halftime show was during the day and it's easily one of the most iconic shows ever. I've also considered they didn't want to make a super flashy show and keep it simple, but it could have been a little more eye-catching. Now I want to talk about every artist's performance, and I'll do it in the order they appeared. So first, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. I think they did great. The next episode is a song pretty much everyone on this side of the world knows, and it definitely gets the crowd excited. Next they performed California Love, which on a side note is my favorite hip hop song. And I couldn't be more glad that song was played there, cause not only is it a hell of a good song, but also because it's a tribute to one of the greatest to ever play the game, Tupac. After that, the first surprise came out when 50 Cent appeared, but honestly, all the excitement it gave me to see him fell to the ground as soon as he started performing. I don't know, I feel he didn't perform with that much energy, it felt like he was just waking up from a nap. At least the dancers did a great job on that part, cause 50 was stuck to the ground. Following 50 Cent, we had Mary J. Blige. I've honestly never listened to her music. I will though, I promise. But I think she performed really well, especially in the part where she was alone. But that's the moment when the emptiness of the stage felt the most, in my opinion. Which is a shame, because that part could have been amazing if there had been something else. But you know what's next? Definitely the best moment of the show for me, Kendrick Lamar. I wasn't expecting him to perform Mad City. I thought he was going to go with the safe choice and perform Humble. But God, I love that start with Mad City, cause that song is simply killer. As soon as the drop hit, I got goosebumps, and the choreography was so good. I mean, this guy is rapping something even better than in the studio version, while also going crazy with the choreography. It's incredible, and the dancers were amazing too. Now, I've seen people say Alright isn't such a good song to perform at a Super Bowl halftime show. And I do agree a little bit with that, cause it doesn't have the live energy you expect in a show like this. But because of its meaning and the cultural impact it has had as a protest song, right now I think it was an excellent choice. And I mean, Alright is a banger, don't get me wrong. It's one of my favorite songs on To Pimp a Butterfly. Plus, the performance couldn't have been better, cause remember everything I've said about the stage being empty? Well, that wasn't a problem for Kendrick, cause he didn't even need the stage to do one hell of a show. What a musician, what an artist, what a performer. In case you didn't notice, I love Kendrick and this part was definitely a 10 for me. Moving on, Eminem took the stage, and I didn't think he was going to perform Lose Yourself, but hey, I don't complain, cause that song slaps. And Eminem's live performances never disappoint. To make it even better, Anderson .Paak and his band were the backing musicians during this song. Those guys are such high-level musicians, it's crazy. That part was so good. And to finish, they performed Still Dre, and I don't think there's a better way to end the show that celebrates the legend Dr. Dre is than with this song. He's been behind some of the best records in the genre and has helped many of the biggest names of it launch their careers. The influence he has had on hip-hop and music in general is mind-blowing. Now let's talk about the show as a whole. After watching it like 10 times while making this video, I think it'll be remembered for years and for good reason, cause we'll probably never see so many hip-hop legends together on a stage again. we still don't realize how lucky we were. I'm so glad this show happened, because it's no secret that this genre has been ignored since the beginning by huge events like this. So the fact that some of its biggest figures got to share a stage, each representing defining eras of the genre, it's a once-in-a-lifetime moment, and as many of the comments on the video are saying, this performance brought together the Avengers of hip-hop. So yeah, I really like this show, waited for it for months, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Check my music if you haven't yet. It's available everywhere, but you'll have the Spotify link in the description for you to go check it. I'd really appreciate if you do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.
I've been waiting for years, hoping there's still a chance that you'll come visiting someday. Don't care if the guns are rusty, the bullet's black, you can still pretend it's fun to live for a life.